without wasting much of our time, I'm going to call on the CEO, EKCOLAB and EKCOLAB Analytics to give us an overview of this event and also guide on how they're going to roll, and then give also the judging criterion for the defense. Mr. Ekole, you are most welcome.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Nicholas, for that great introduction. I want to say it's a very good time to meet all of our trainees who have been part of this journey. And I think I said it before. You guys are brave because I think over 40 participants who joined the training earlier on, which started in October. Um, just only 5 are going to be, uh, in this panel to be able to defend their work. Whereas there are some other trainees who are also going to have certificates based on the fact that they conducted their field works, but the number is quite small. It doesn't mean that the training was not excellent. It means that the training is actually tough, which means we only can provide certificate to only people who are really serious and those who are really mean to learn and to also carry out research and to help their own local communities with what they are learning from EKCOLAB and the research expertise and the knowledge, the broad knowledge of experts we have here tonight. It's actually a very good time to meeting all of us. And so I'm going to start by introducing the panelists, which are, of course, they are great minds. And maybe I should allow them to introduce themselves. So I'm just going to call in their names, and then, of course, they're going to introduce themselves so you guys will know what you're up to. So I'm going to start, first of all, with Madame Solape Adeyemi, so you can introduce yourself. Thank you.
Okay, good evening. Thank you very much. I'm Sholakwe Adetutu Adeyemi. I'm an environmental sustainability advocate. I'm a microbiologist. I'm a creative writer. I wear many hats. I'm also into water analysis. I'm an expert at water analytics. Presently, I'm the vice chair of the Association of Nigerian Authors Lagos chapter. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Mr. Ami Hassan.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, so maybe you already know about me or my profile. I'm a part of the EKCOLAB, where I'm working on the research and development department, means as a research director position. And I have my background experience is mostly from the chemical side, like water background, environmental assessment, like climates, like sustainability. So mostly you can consider me as a chemical scientist in your field. Okay, so let's hope for the best and let's see the further presentations. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, finally, we're going to go to Dr. Nilam Sari.
Yes, hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm happy to be here. And thank you for the opportunity to be part of the chat of EKCOLAB today. And I truly believe the solution for this certification and etc. for scaling up is very good and running well. So I'm glad to be here and hi everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Over to you, Mr. Nicholas.
Yeah, thank you very much, our panelists. To proceed with the next program, I would now take this initiative to roll out our participants and our presenters to introduce themselves. I'm going to start with Mr. Julius. Yes. Good evening. Good evening. Go ahead.
Okay, the PhD of string is definitely University of Warrior, going to study in chemical engineering second year and ammonia. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Mr. Julius. As you are introducing yourselves, you can start getting ready for your presentation. So the next student is Mr. Michael. Can you introduce yourself?
Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Nyamiapa from Ghana. I'm currently operation manager for Green Heart SC, and I will convert agricultural waste into biochar. Someone who is very enthused to watch activities, and I'm also a co-founder of a youth-led organization where we educate young children about water sanitation and hygiene. Thank you.
Great. The next student is Mr. Kidaiga Fred from Uganda. Kindly introduce yourself. Do we have Mr. Fred? Okay. The next student is Mr. Umar Yusuf from Cameroon. Can you introduce yourself?
Hello everybody, I am Umaru Yusuf Magaji, a graduate of Biomedical Sciences from the University of Wea. I am an open reach scholar. I'm passionate about environmental related problems, global One Health, and I'm an aspiring researcher. Thank you so much.
Great. The next student is Jessa. Kindly introduce yourself.
Good evening to everybody. My name is Chinsa Zabdi Musikenzapa, and I am a graduate from the University of Boya, specifically from the Faculty of Health Sciences, with a bachelor's in biomedical sciences. I am also an Open Dream scholar and a graduate horizon scholar, and I'm also a young researcher in the field of public health and antimicrobial resistance. And I'm an aspiring neuroscience passionate person. And thank you very much for giving me this platform. I'm very, very glad to be among all of you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, panelists, these are our experts that are ready to showcase what they have learned, what they are going to do within their communities that we live in. Now, we are going to start the presentation, but let's ensure that we keep the time. Each student is going to take about 3 to 5 minutes, maximum 5 minutes. And then after the presentation, then we are going to start asking the questions, right? So without wasting time, we are going to start immediately with Mr. Julius. Kindly, you can share your screen, I think, and then you proceed with your presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone for this great moment. Please, can you all see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes, sure. One go ahead.
All right, so today I'll be presenting on the assessment of all waste management practices and the impact on water quality and environmental health in the Dungo community, Cameroon. So without wasting much time, I'm going to go straight to the introduction of this presentation. So the introduction, we have Dungo community lab proper waste management. That's trash can, waste location, for dumping sites, residents dump or burn waste near streams, affecting quality and health. EKCOLAB Analytics data shows medium waste that the waste index equals to 41.2%, sorry, while the water equals to 45.7%. So for the objective, I have assess household waste disposal method, measure water consumption and flow rate, link field evidence with EKCOLAB Analytics results, and identify public health risks and propose solutions to this research project. So my next slide shows the method, which is field analysis using EKCOLAB Analytics plus primary data collection from the field. So for the collection, I have 6 house survey that personally went the survey around the water main point. Instrument, I use questionnaires, I use checklists, I use stopwatch, and I use book, and my phone for stopwatch. So interview, I had the privilege to interview some community leaders, some youth around, some health officers, household members, and the rest. Please, is everyone following? Please.
Yes, you are audible and you are following.
Okay, thank you so much for that. For the flow rate, I use 2.0 liter per minute, which is I use the multi-compartment of which is actually use a container to measure the number of flow rate per minute. I did that twice to get the mean value of it and to avoid errors and the rest. So household consumption, which is equals to, this is equivalent to 190 liters per day, and average with time equals to 25 minutes. So beside it, I have my dashboard which shows the sample of all my analysis results, my risks, measurements, water, general water scarcity percentage, and everything about my keyword, which was derived from the experiment, the interview I gathered during my field. So move straight to the next, which is key findings, which is which here I'll be talking about the indicator results interpretations. Well, what risk index water have 45.7%, which is equal to medium high risk. Beside it, it shows the screenshots from my dashboard, which I personally screenshotted my dashboard showing the power community risk, which is equal to 1.2%, showing the medium power risk of the community. So that would have next, which is the RI community, 1.2% medium risk, water scarcity index, which is equal to 35, 39 moderate scarcity. I have flow rate 2.0 liters per minute, low efficient. Waste disposal 83%, open dumping, waste burning of high contaminated waste
Okay, you observed. Okay. So, with the level of plastics that they have shown into the water bodies, it means that the environment will be quite unsightly. Is it not?
It is, madam. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so what other interventions do you think, aside what you listed, do you think you can bring to the fore to help this community with their environmental waste management?
Okay, what I think, like what I earlier said was, we can do is recycling with the plastics. Like we can get the plastic, and become a team of individuals. They walk around, they get the plastic, and we recycle. Because this guys that do recycling, we recycle them and to really reduce the plastic. But that you can't really get what in, because yes, plastic can happen. That can't really get got in. So you can collect them and recycle to reduce the rate of pollution in the community.
So from what you said now, they don't even have a waste disposal organization that comes to pick up trash. You know, in Nigeria, for instance, we have Loma in Lagos State that will come pick up their waste. You understand, and all of that. There's nothing of such. Each person disposes of his waste or her waste as they deem fit in that community. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, ma'am. For that, there is what we call in Cameroon, there's a camp that comes and carry out the waste. But now there's a point that they come that they are giving the community to come and dump their waste. But it is really far from the community. So people have to trek just go and dump their waste in a very long distance. That is really too much. So just prepare to just throw around. Yes. Because the point that the recycling comes to carry the waste is really far. And there's not a point in the community, just single point. That means go around woods and throw the deck and it comes attack to subdue this and they carry it up.
Okay. Thank you, Julius. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Solampe, for the insights and the technical questions. Let's proceed to Madam Dr. Nilam. Kindly ask you some questions.
Yes, thank you. Hi, Julius.
Hi, madam.
Hello. Yes. This is your presentation is excellent and your effort is great. And I just want to understand about your data about the waste management, about 80% of most go through a way of the Dutch river. So it's very impactful for water and air pollution, I think. And this is indicate that public knowledge is low about sanitation and waste management. And then I saw the flow rate is 2 liters per minute. It's very low efficiency, yes, and it means have a few 25 minutes at the main water point. So this is limited access to clean water and high waiting times. This potential degrade personal hygiene. So about the 80%, you only examine 6 households in the normal community. How do you ensure that your results and conclusions representative of the overall state of the community?
Okay, thank you so much, madam. Okay, for the values that I got, I followed the EKCOLAB Analytics procedure that was given to us, and my flow rate I measured it using that's bottle counting. I use a bottle to count the flow that are on the tap, get the number of that's when the water flows, the minutes. I use my phone as stopwatch, and I calculated that the number of times that water didn't flow, and did that experiment twice to get the actual flow rate of the community. So I don't know if I got that question clear, madam. Now.
Only 6 households, you sure that your result is representative for overall your community?
Yes, madam, sure.
Okay. And you mentioned that the practice of open was also contributes to disease, stuff like diarrhea and cough. So, what evidence or mechanism do you use to connect the two things scientifically?
Ma'am, please, can you repeat the question again? I can't really, I didn't really get it.
The disposal, the open was disposal, it contributes to disease such as diarrhea and cough. So, my question is, what evidence or mechanism do you use to connect the two things scientifically? How the connection, disease, and open was disposal?
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for that question again. For the mechanism, I use that's what was given to us on the analysis nice analysis that we did, and I use those analysis as my mechanisms. Once they fielded both the steps in the EKCOLAB analytics was to do and conducted experiments and did the mechanisms. That's madam.
No, I mean, why diarrhea and cough present when open was disposal is on your community? What the connection? The open was disposal.
Okay, the disposal and diarrhea, I get it is from the diseases that people encounter from the poor waste disposal in the community, poor waste management in the community, that what some communities effect, and the rest, like the diarrhea and the rest. So that's what I can say, madam.
Okay. So maybe I think we can connection between pollution, water pollution, air pollution with the disease. Maybe you can connect with that.
Yes, madam.
Okay. Thank you, Julius.
Thanks, madam, for the question.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, doctor, for those technical questions. I think I don't know. Our panelists are over. That's right. Yeah. Okay. So, Mr. Ekole, I don't know if you have a word for Mr. Julius, and then I would also wish that you guide on the criteria for judgment of the defenses. Yeah, so that the next presenters can know, how they're going to be judged. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
basically, thank you. We just have to move to the next person. The criteria, of course, we can't share it now because we already started. So it's just like they are going to have that sent to them later on. But at the moment, you can move ahead with the next person. So the person needs to present, and we move forward, and we have it. Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Mr. Michael, kindly share your screen and present. The time is 3 to 5 minutes. Let's keep it within the time frame so that, yeah. Yeah, we can see. Yes.
Good evening, distinguished panel, esteemed colleagues and guests. My name is Michael Nyakwa, and I'm honored to present findings from a fraud-based study I did in my community, that's it, so this as a community in Ghana. This project applied EKCOLAB analysis dashboard and data-driven to translate cognitive level flow data into measurable risk indicators. My goal was very simple: to provide an evidence-based understanding of local wash challenges and propose practical sustainable solutions that reflect both data and human realities. So, sorry, I began by mapping my community using a Google map um, through survey, interview, and direct phone inspections. I documented how people fetch, store, manage water in our facilities, sanitation facilities are maintained, and how solid waste is being disposed in the community. All the gathered information was then fed into the EKCOLAB dashboard, which generated quantitative indices for water scarcity, sanitation quality, and environmental vulnerability. This approach merged scientific data with community analysis, ensuring that the findings represent both numbers and lived experiences. So that's what you see on the screen, the map of the community that I work on. The food assessment revealed critical deficiencies across all systems of their water, their sanitation, and their environmental health. For water accessibility, one of their public standpipes, they have 3 public standpipes in the community. One of them has been working for about 6 months, forcing the residents to work more than 100 meters to get water. And during this period, there's the risk of contamination of their water source is very high. But children normally are being sent to fetch water from the distances. And also, upon my analysis, I realized that the average drinking water consumption is 4 liters per person per day, which is lower as compared to the WHO guidelines of 5 liters per person per day. Also, for the sanitation, the community had only 1 public toilet, which was nearly full and safe. Several households also had their own toilet bowls. It was improved, and some had less slabs on it and was difficult for the older people to use it. And since their public toilet was just one and was distanced from other households, most of the people do not use them as a open education. One key thing also realized was that the community was also patronizing the school public toilet, which was designed for the school, but the public is now using it, making the toilet facility rendered inactive and very dirty for the use of even the school children. Environmental conditions were unequal. I was equal concern to there was no skip containers, there's open dumping, frequent burning near homes and schools, there's no proper drainage within the community, and there is stagnation of water at the water sources, which tends to serve as a breeding grounds for mosquitoes. This realities paints a picture of deep vulnerability that demands urgent coordinated action. So from the EKCOLAB dashboard, there was this quantified, these are critical risk indicators that I got after my analysis. 33% water scarcity index, meaning 1/3 of the water sources were unreliable. As I said, one of their main water source was damaged and was not repaired for some number of months. So this shows that 1/3 of the water source wasn't reliable. And also the 45.6% water risk index, showing that there's strong potential for contamination and overdependence on unsafe alternatives. In addition, 49.2% community and environmental risk index also indicate medium to high vulnerability overall. And the overall community risk assess index gave 47.4%, meaning nearly half of the essential determinants of health were compromised in this community. These figures validate the food evidence, proving that what the community feels daily is not virtual. Like it's something that's measurable and real. So here are some few visuals that capture these realities. You can see from the first, the point A is their public toilet, the school toilet, which is in a very bad shape. The B shows their water source, which is not operating for some months now. D shows their waste dam is not well managed. It's open dam source where they dispose all their household waste into without any proper management. So what they do is it's being burnt and the fumes pollute the environment a lot. So you can see the points, picture F. Picture F is a household toilet that the household is using. So the stakes you see there is a support slab that they stand on to lift it. And it's very risky for children and even the elderly. So using such facility does not go well, and it ends up causing some issues to the community and the household in question. Picture 8 shows clearly how unfriendly the water source is. The child was sent to fetch water, but even reaching the tap to open, so it was a difficulty. He has to stand on the limitation before he can even open the water to get access to the source of water. So you can see the stagnation of water in picture I. stagnation of water, which the water is being applicated by the supermarket ratio, water stays there and also serve as a breeding grounds for mosquito. They also indicate a picture where I was talking to the household, getting feedback from the household, and also educating them on how to manage their water at the household level, how they can clean their storage containers to ensure that there's no pollution or contamination, which in fact will help them maintain their health. So, drawing from both the food evidence and analysis from using my EKCOLAB analytics data, I developed 5 integrated recommendations that I think can help reduce and also build resilience in the community. So, as it stands there, I think one key thing is that there's a immediate infrastructure repair that needs to be done before the facility. As in the communal public toilet is not in good shape, so it has to be repaired, and there needs to be established a routine monitoring to prevent contamination. And there's also a need to eliminate stagnation of these water sources. And the second thing I also need to follow up was that there's a need to engage the community effectively, because I believe community engagement is one of the key ways in ensuring that even any project that's been planned for them is being taken care of and it's very sustainable. So once you educate the community on the proper wash activities and environmental management, one key thing we can also do, I suggest, I recommend, is that there should be the establishment of wash clubs in the school. This will help inculcate some impact into the children so that they can also serve as agents of change when they move into their various households. So, with the clubs, what we can teach the children is about waste segregation, how to generate or convert waste into resources like composting of the biodegradable into compost, and also there can be some buyback. The community can develop a buyback center where the plastics and other waste that can be turned into a valuable resource can be sold or can be collected and sold, and these resources can be generated and used to develop the community, and also where there's an issue can be used to address those issues. In conclusion, this project demonstrates the power of combining food-based evidence with analytical tools to address raw wash challenge in my community. By transforming community ready system to measurable data, I believe we can design interventions that can be inclusive, data-driven, and very sustainable. For the BCLC community, this findings present not just a problem but a roadmap for progress. So this is what I am keen in doing to make sure that the problems as identified is being solved by community. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Michael. Thank you, Mr. Michael. Without wasting much time, let's start off with the Dr. Nilam. Kindly, you can ask Michael questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Hi, Michael.
Hello.
Hello, hi. Yes. I want to comment your presentations, and I saw from the EKCOLAB Analytics overall community rate 47.4%, medium high risk, so this is urgent for intervention is needed. And water scarcity index 30%, moderate, high scarcity, so this is limited to water quality and quantity. Water risk index 45.6%, high due to contamination from sources and storage. Community and farmer rate 49.2%, medium, high vulnerability, environmental and health risk. So, you have a strain analysis of insight, specialized we use EKCOLAB Analytics based quantitative approach with clear indicators, and you have a strong documentation, specialized program observation of public and school, and then your recommendations align with SDG 6, clean water and sanitation, and SDG 3, good health and wealth. But I mentioned about you're not mentioning the number of respondents and survey methods, so this is, can make potential data bias. And there is no comparison deadline, just like in regional or previous year's data. And like from the first presentation, Mr. Dukian, there is no gender or vulnerable groups explained. So social risk, but maybe this is qualitative, right? Not quantitative. You mentioned it about quantitative, but because the sanitation is very very clear with the social risks like gender, children, and vulnerable groups. So I think this is should be explained. So uh, I want to ask you something myself. You recommend the construction of a biodigestor toilet and the procurement of seed containers. How do you assess the cost and sustainability of this solution for low-income people in agriculture? Is there a strategy to ensure they are able to maintain the facility after it is built? Because it should be sustainable. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for the question. Yes, I recommended the construction of biodiesel toilets to the household. This was because of that. During assessment, I got the feedback from the households. What I did was that every household I entered, I tried to engage. There are some key stakeholders in every household, which are normally targets issues of wash. Those are children and women. So most of the times, the people are targeted which household I visited were women and children. That's where I got the feedback from, because they normally take the responsibility of water and sanitation in their various households. So with the Madagascar, there was an ongoing project within the community. Therefore, under the assembly, which were enjoying some government projects then, and the government was providing the household by some toilets, and this toilet was effective and was really friendly. So some of the households had this facility in their house, and they were kind of educating their other people to get that facility. But because the project was not in place, the households were buying that if the government can still do that project on board, they will not get the Madison toilet in there. But one key thing is also that I also plan of teaching them like Madison toilet is a sustainable facility, is a nature-based solution where you don't really need the amount required in constructing this facility is not very high. You can use local material to construct the facility, and the cost is about one-third the cost of constructing of secret tanks or other sanitation facilities. That's why I recommended the biodiesel toilets. And also, there are some people in the community who have those facilities. So once there are some people who are able to purchase that, it means that at the long term, they can other households can also get those kind of facilities in their households. And also with the skip containers, what I realized the community had no skip containers in the community at all. There's no skip containers in the community at all. So the only practice open burning. So that's why I recommended that through collaboration with the assembly, there can be provision of skip containers, which they will ensure that it's been taken on the regular to ensure that the problems they are facing now will not still be there. Because there's provision of there's no regular collection, the problem still comes to the same as they are facing now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Michael.
Great, thank you, Doctor. Yes, Madam Adeyemi, kindly go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Michael. Hello, Michael. Yeah.
Hello.
I looked at your pictures. Yes, good presentation. Are you saying that most of the houses there do not have proper toilet facilities? They don't have water closets? Is that what you are saying because of this picture that I...
Yes, they don't have toilet facilities at their households. Most of them depend on the public toilet, and the public toilet is just one. So now what people are doing now is that they now resort to the school public toilet, the school toilet, which is...
We are putting a lot of pressure on that.
Yes,
Okay.
and now the school toilet is also deteriorating because of the pressure, and it's almost getting full.
Okay. So, in your own opinion, I don't know what environmental issues do they have? Are people suffering from cholera? Are people suffering from diarrhea? Because you also mentioned open defecation. Because, like you said, there's so much pressure on the school toilets. So it means that you have high levels. You put risk, but it means did you observe open defecation in that community? And then what has that probably done to the environment? How has it affected their health? How has it affected the environment?
Okay, thank you for the question. Um, most of the open defecation part. Well, what I realize is that most of the children, as in the children, they don't normally put, let's say, from the for the feedback during my interview stage, I asked a lot of questions and gave me some feedback. So that's what I'm getting this data from. They normally give the children chamber points, some cases bulletin to defecate in. But most cases, this toilet in the rubber and the chamber point does not end up into the as in the final result as the public toilet. So normally they tie this and dispose it into the environment, into the communal waste site. And the one thing is that most of their toilet that they are having, even though they have a toilet, but it's virtually an open defecation that they are practicing. Because you can see for the picture Jane, that's a toilet a household is using. There's no roofing, there's no door. The pit is just a pit with some they try to do some carving just around it. So once it is hit, it's open to the flies. So in essence, it's open defecation they are practicing. So that's why I want to know like they are practicing open defecation. And also with the health issues of the community, I asked the community that number of times they visited, like, but there was no clinic or hospital within the quadrants or the zone that I did the assessment. There was no clinic within. They would go to the nearest community to obtain medical help. So it was during the interview stage. I asked them a couple of questions. That was the sickness or when the last week's hospital, what was what did that diagnose of? Was it malaria? Was it, so they gave feedback, and most of the feedback was malaria and sometimes cholera. And I told them that, and I explained to them where the sources of or where these issues might be coming from. So, if I don't know if I answered the question, but that's the assessments I make from your community.
From what you said, this community needs they need to be made aware of the risk of their waste, the terrible risks. Let me put it that way. That their waste disposal methods. Let me say their fecal waste disposal method is going to bring about. So how do you hope, because they really need help, they really need to be educated, how do you hope to go about having a robust kind of training for men, women, and children alike as to the risk of dumping fecal matter at dump site? In fact, the stench alone in that community it will be discomforting, not to talk about eventually the waste entering into groundwater after rainfall, and all that. So what do you think you can do as an individual to give them a wake up call, make them know that this can kill, this can actually affect the health and of course lead to death. We know what cholera and diarrhea, what the effect that they have on the human system.
Thank you very much. So, as I said, you can see the picture J. As part of the survey, when I was doing the survey, I realized these conditions. Each household I do, I educate them on the basic things that they have to do, as in maintaining good hygiene, managing their waste well, and all that. But I realized it wasn't enough. So, what as an individual, what I plan doing is that, as I said, I have an organization where we educate communities and school children on wash, process sanitation, and hygiene. So I'll take it upon myself to go into the community, educate them on the effect of not managing their waste well, on how to manage their waste well, on how they can even get derive other valuable resources from their waste that they generate. And also, one key thing I want to do is engage the school children. Because I know school children, when they go home, anything that they learn and go home, they can inculcate that into their parents or buy the idea into their parents. So this is one of the key things that we also have knowledge in the construction of the design of the toilets. So I also have plans of at least meeting the community. I know there are masons over there, there are plumbers over there. I'll teach them how to construct basic biodiesel toilets, which they can also design in their various houses, so that at least the risk at rate of education as rampant in the community will decrease. Thank you.
But that community looks like they are pretty poor. I don't think they have money for that. So you need outside support. You need support from the government, and probably you need support from the NGO. How do you go about that?
Yes,
I doubt seriously that you're going to get monies, get them to come out monies for digesters. That's the honest truth. So it means you need funding, massive funding.
Yes, and also as I said, there was just recent year there was a flagship program by the government of Ghana. Within that municipality, where the government was supporting the household to get sustainable toilet facilities in their households, but the project has been held for some time. So now people are pushing. Those who are able to get the facilities have they bought the idea, they've educated their other household. People share what they have to other people. Like, I have this toilet facility and it's working, so you should. So now they are even going to the assemblies to ask whether that project is back. But the project is on hold for now. So what we can do is I will say engage assembly. Then we will see how best the assembly can also contribute in helping the households to get to address some of these tenants that they are facing. So I know it's not easy, but we have to start from somewhere, at least from education and engaging the stakeholders and other NGOs to involve this community.
Okay. Well, I'm done with. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Madam Sola. This were inciting. I hope Mr. Michael and the team gets the funding to elevate the community. Mr. Asa, you're welcome, kindly.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for your nice presentation. I was having the same question as Madam Solam. We already asked about like the health risk assessment, like what kind of diseases, like which was like very common in that community. And my first question will be like, how big was this community?
Sorry, please come and give me the last question.
I mean, the first question is like, how big was this community like that you explored, like you studied, like you surveyed that specific region? Like how big it was?
The community was more than 50 in 50 hectares. Let me put it that way. What is that? The community is a big community, though, but for the purpose of my survey, I sectioned out a quadrant as a section of the community where I did assessment. So the community is quite big, and the section that I assessed had a population of about 850 people. The questions I asked for the households that is within that zone.
And have they told you like what was the major disease in that area, like the most common one they feel every person like feeling that main diseases, like let's say you said maybe malaria, diarrhea, what was the main common disease there?
So the common disease per the interview that I did was malaria. That was malaria. Yes, also.
And what were their opinion about like sometimes we have a dry condition, and dry condition is like open toilet that you showed in the real images. And how about like the rainy season, like what they do in the rainy season?
The question wasn't clear.
Yeah, let me again explain. Like this is like the open area, like they are using these toilets and the space in the open environment. There's no like protection. So if there's a rainy season, so how these people were impacted? Like what were their opinion? Like what they do in the rainy season?
Yeah, so during the rainy season, the problems like increases. Because what they do is, as I said, most of them, because of the state of even the public toilet that they're having now, and even the school toilets, it's not even conducive to these facilities. So normally what they do is that they defecate into pollutants, some defecate in pollutants, and drop it into the holes of this public toilet. which is called secretary to fulfilment. And most cases, so what I realized was that per interview, what I realized was that most of the household either beg their nearby houses who have this, you see from the picture from the F and G, they normally use this kind of facilities if they are not able to visit the communal public toilet. So once you are not able to visit it when there's raining, like it's raining, the only options that they normally do is that they dedicate some polythene and dispose them in addition to their household waste into the dump site where it's been burned, the smoking burn and just contaminates the environment.
And what for the difficulty those people face is like why what was the major difficulty to those people, like why they are not adapting themselves, like the financial issues were there, or like the facilities is not like available very easy there, like what's the main issue?
So the interview and the discussions with some of the households, financial constraints was one of it, and most of them were dependent on their children who are mostly not living in the community. They are living somewhere, so they depend on their children to most of them to survive. And once the money comes in, like they have other priorities. So the key thing was that most of them were not actually prioritizing managing their waste, but they think, okay, I can just burn my solid waste and it ends and nothing happens. Some also think, oh, once I dedicate to polythene and once I tie it very well and expose it to the website, the waste site in the burn, it doesn't have any detrimental effect on the environment. So it's about the mindset is about the awareness. But if it comes to they at least gathering money or getting resources to build, I know they can work. They have buildings that they stay in. The building is not like a very high building that they are low. Some have facilities which have come up to that, but at least the building they are in is something that equally they can also build toilet facilities for themselves. But it's a priorities. They feel they can use the money for different things. But once they are being educated and they know the actual issue that they will face now and the actual problems the future generation will face, I'm sure they will put in their best in getting some resources, developing, to get some resources in their households. Thank you.
Yeah, that's really nice. Thank you. So, I mean, those people, in your opinion, they need like a proper training, like some workshop to guide them properly, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And what about like the drinking water facility? It was available like easily to every household, like there was also a water issue as well, like means the drinking water.
Okay, so with the water source, they have three main public water sources in the community. And some households have as the private vendors also have their source of water sources that they sell to other people. So but one thing I realized one of their main water source, which was the public ones, wasn't in operation. So now they depend on the two public water sources and the other private sources. But in our water, as a list of water wasn't much of a problem. It wasn't much of a problem. But the distances, some had to walk. Those who are the section at where the water source is not working, was not in operation, have to now walk a longer distance to get to the other source, which is in operation or the nearby private source before they can get access to it.
And there is only like the damping facility, like there is no, how to say, means the community like to take your waste and dispose them. It means they are just damping it on the site, right?
Just dumping it on the site here.
Yeah,
that's what it.
Okay, I mean they don't have a facility for that one.
No, it's just an open space where they dump their waste.
Yeah, okay, sure. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Amir Hassan, for the insightful questions. And thank you, Michael, for all your responses and presentation. Yeah. So without wasting much more time, Mr. Yusuf. Yeah, Mr. Yusuf, kindly you can share your screen and yeah, go ahead with the presentation. And then yeah, as Mr. Yusuf is trying to share his screen, panelists kindly to make us be within the time schedules, kindly limit the questions, maybe 1 or 2, so that we can move a little fast.
Okay, noted. I'll just limit my questions to noted.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Mr. Yusuf, are you with us? Are you sharing? Oh, okay. All right. So, as Mr. Yusuf is preparing, we could call on the next presenter.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, yeah. Madam Chinsa, you can kindly share your screen.
Please, I'm sharing, please.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Network issues.
Okay. Okay. All right. Mr. Yusuf, it's okay. Can share.
Please, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can. You can just put it in presentation mode and
Okay. Please, let me just get. Please, can you see my screen?
yes, we can see your screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everybody, members of the juries, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening from Cameroon, and welcome to this research project presented by myself, Marie Yusuf Magaji, titled Environmental Water Sanitation Assessment in the Premier Maison Quarter, Colbon Community, Yaoundé, using the EKCOLAB Analytics. We shall adopt the following outline, which run from introduction through our results and discussion and to our references. Our introduction: access to safe water and adequate sanitation.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Yeah, can you scroll to where you are presenting? We are seeing references. I am seeing references.
I'm seeing results, conclusion, and references too. You need to go to the top slide, start from your first and second slide.
Please, I see my introduction, like. Okay. Please let me share again.
It's all right.
Please, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen. Kindly scroll up.
Okay. Okay, this is the screen. Sorry, I was sharing the wrong screen.
All right.
Okay.
You can.
Okay, we shall adopt the following outline, which we run from introduction through material and methods and our references. Our introduction: access to safe water still remains a major issue across, and access to safe water and adequate sanitation remains a major issue across many urban areas in Cameroon, with about 41% of households presenting with unimproved sanitation and 51% of them relying on safe water sources. So what is the aim of this study? This study aims to evaluate the environmental and public health conditions of Premier Maison Colbon community using the EKCOLAB Analytics platform. Our materials and methods.
Can you scroll that outline?
We still see your only outline slide.
Can we work with you, kind? Yeah. You're in the method now. Just move to the methods now.
Click on introduction or methods.
Slide 3.
Yes, slide 3, introduction.
We are in slide. We are seeing slide 2.
Okay, our materials and methods. This study was carried out in the Premier Maison Colbon community. It was a community-based analytics survey carried out in the month of October. We used the EKCOLAB Analytics platform to collect our data, and in total we did 19 analysis. Our results. The community presented an moderate overall community risk index of 32.6%, which showed immediate need for enforced mitigations, and these findings were in alignment with many urban areas in Cameroon, where the poor infrastructure contribute majorly to.
You also still not see your slides. It will be better if your internet has an issue. We can share your presentation from here.
Please, I'm at the level of results. I don't know if you can see my results.
No, it's still on the outline slide. Yeah. It might be an internet issue, no worries. So we can share on your behalf.
Okay,
yes.
Okay, so I think we can go to the next presenter, Mr. Omaro. I think we will be able to share your presentation from our end so we can follow. Yeah, let's move to Madam Kendra. And
yeah, sure. Yeah, Mr. Omar can come on after Madam Kendra, kindly.
it's not going to work, I think, probably. Yeah, not possible.
Hello, everybody. I'm encountering some issues with my computer, so I was trying to connect with my phone. I don't know if you can help me to share my screen from inside.
First, go to the page of presentation. Oops.
Mr. Amir-san,
Yeah.
can you help to share maybe the slides from your end?
Yeah, okay, I will share on their behalf. I will just.
Great.
Yeah, Mr. Amaro, you can present now.
Okay, thank you so much. Please, good evening, everybody. I should start over again.
Yeah, do it fast.
But you need to be snappy.
Okay, good evening, everybody, members of the jury, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be presenting on the topic titled Environmental and Water Sanitation Assessment in the Premier Maison Colbon community. Yaoundé, using the EKCOLAB Analytics platforms. I am Umaru Yusuf Magaji. Next slide. Okay, our introduction. Access to safe water and adequate sanitation still remains a major issue in many urban areas in Cameroon, with about 41% of the households lacking access to improved sanitation facilities. So what was the aim of this study? This study aims to evaluate the environmental and public health conditions of premier maison column using the EKCOLAB Analytics platform for improved community health planning. This next slide. This next slide. Okay, our materials and method. This study was conducted in premier maison column Yaoundé. It was a community-based analytic survey carried out in months of October 2025 using the EKCOLAB Analytics mobile platform, where I conducted 19 analyses. This next slide. Okay, our results in discussion. The results from the EKCOLAB Analytics platform assessment showed that the premier maison presented with a 32.6% moderate overall community risk index. These findings align with those seen in urban areas in Cameroon, where infrastructure and irregular waste disposal still contribute to wash-related risks. Also, we observed the 6% water scarcity level, which implies that although water is readily available, the sustainability may become a challenge during the dry season. This aligns with studies seen in urban areas such as Yaoundé, Douala, and Cameroon by Njatma et al. In 2021. Hence, continuous monitoring of water sources and protection of local wells should really be a crucial something. About proper sanitation rates of 100%, like proper sanitation improvement was observed in 7 homes. However, health, environmental, and water risk of 20% was observed in this household, highlighting the need to strengthen waste management and drainage system to prevent future contamination, like especially during the rainy season. Similar observations were seen in Yaoundé and Douala by Zere et al. In 2022. Our overall water consumption was 55 liters per household monthly, which is comparatively below the WHO recommended minimum daily consumption of 50 liters per household for basic needs. Overall, the data from this research suggested that premier maison column has better water structure, but we face a lot of issues in terms of waste management and environmental hygiene. So the need for enforced mitigations. Please, next slide. Please, next slide. Okay, our results, our conclusion and recommendations. I can therefore recommend that premier maison faces moderate environmental and public health risks, requiring coordinated community and institutional action. We can recommend that there should be an improved access to safe water and sanitation facilities. There should be an enhanced waste management and environmental hygiene, such as recycling of our waste and processing our waste, treating our waste as well before dumping them. And lastly, we should promote community participation and the use of digital monitoring platforms such as EKCOLAB Analytics to check and survey our communities. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Our panelists, Mr. Hassan, yeah, you can proceed with your one or two questions for Mr. Michael. Thank you.
So my question will be regarding the risk assessment, like water scarcity. So you mentioned 6%. So this is per household or it is per community? You mentioned here the water scarcity on your slide in results.
Water scarcity of 6% was for the overall quarter.
For full community, not for a household, right?
So for the whole Yes, community.
Yeah, okay. And the value that you mentioned of the risk index, that is at 32.6%. And what
Yes.
threshold, like, I means like what will be the condition during the dry and the rainy season? This will affect the result.
I think during the rainy season they have access to water, but during the dry season there's an issue of sustainability. Like they don't have, let me say, regular water supply, so they face issues of water supply during the dry season. The rainy season, everything is fine.
They don't have any like a storage facility for water. Like what they do for that in that case.
The storage facilities are, they're not really enough to accommodate the water they need during the dry season.
Yeah, okay. And the NIS statistics, I mean the national statistic that you mentioned, like is it representative for your community? Like the EKCOLAB, that means you mentioned the name?
It's called,
Yeah. So how for the NIS statistic and your statistic is like, what is the variation between these two? Have you checked it?
I think mine is a little bit low, 32.6% as compared to the 41% observed by the National Institute of Statistics in Cameroon. There is within almost the same range. You cannot say it's not comparable.
And there were any health risk assessment, means like related to any health?
They had a 20.3% health, water, and environmental risks.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which was from their poor waste management and the drainage. The poor drainage served as breeding ground for mosquitoes. So the vector-borne diseases.
Yeah, okay, vector-borne diseases are quite common.
Yes, malaria and typhoid.
Yeah, okay, sure, thank you.
Yeah, Madam Solape, kindly. 1 or 2 questions.
Okay.
Please.
I will ask only one question because of our time. Yes, Maru, you have done well. Quick question. Yes. How does EKCOLAB Analytics compare to traditional environmental assessment methods in terms of accuracy and efficiency?
The EKCOLAB Analytics is like real time. So you stand and input your data at the location, which limits paperwork, like having to go back home before you input your data. In the process of going back home, inputting and transferring your data, you can make some mix-ups. The EKCOLAB Analytics is real time, which I think that's the good thing about EKCOLAB Analytics. You collect real time data at the point.
Okay, real-time data. What about the accuracy and efficiency compared to traditional methods?
I think EKCOLAB is slightly more efficient than the traditional methods because EKCOLAB has a set-in survey, a set-in questionnaire survey, which you ask questions from the participants who you observe actually. And if you think it is what it is, you put your yes or you put your no. But with the traditional, you have to get questionnaires, you go out to the community, get data, come back home. I think within that process, there can be some mix-up.
Okay, thank you, Maru Yusuf.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Nenem, kindly. 1, 2 questions maximum. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Maru Yusuf, I have a question for you. Is it crucial for me? Yes. You said water consumption is 55 liters per month per household, right?
Yes, madam.
Yes. Okay. And the standard target idea from WHO and UNICEF is around 1,500 to 300 liters per person per month, not per household, yeah, per person per month. So this is the gap is very, very high. And then you say household sanitation, 7 households, all with decent amenities. So consumption recorded only 55 liters per month for household. But you say the sanitation, 7 households, proper sanitation and no improper sanitation. Can you explain this? Because this indication is very frugal consumption we have and limited the data. Can you explain this? Thank you.
Okay, community I use is kind of like in an urban area, a semi-urban area. So everybody here is like in a better info. I don't know how to put it, but it's not like too rural area where they lack basic amenities. So it's a really improved community. So for the water consumption, you really have readily available water to use. The water they take in, like water they drink, they don't really drink enough water. Yes. I don't know if I understood your question very well.
I'm sorry, but I'm still confused with your answer. It's okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Silku. Yeah, I thank the previous presenters and the panelists. Thank you. I think we can go next to Madam Insa, Mr. Hassan.
Yeah, I will share. Okay, I will just
Thank you.
So, I mean, I just sent you that. Probably, I think you received.
Yeah, I found it. So,
No, it's not. It's not her project. That's not her project.
okay. You send me something?
Yeah, check. I think on the
Yeah.
chat. So why Mr. Ami Hassan is searching for the file? About Mr. Umaru's work, I think also the same thing. Yeah, Dr. Nilam's view on the liters of water also doesn't correspond with what has been said, which is something that could be based on error by Mr. Umaru uh, on field. Probably, I think there was an error with you calculating the number of or amount of water being consumed by each household. And of course, we should also think about the number of households needed at the end of the day. Okay, I'll just end here and maybe we might have some talk about it. Yeah.
Do you see the screen now?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Good evening once more, members of the jury, all protocols duly respected. See my name greetings. I'm Chisa Kendra from Cameroon, and I'll be presenting on environmental water sanitation assessment in the Dagobe community Yaoundé using EKCOLAB Analytics. Go to the next slide. So our introduction. Access to safe drinking water and adequate sanitation is a fundamental human right and a key determinant of health and development. In sub-Saharan Africa, access to water services is limited, and the availability of these services varies greatly depending on the location, on the other categories by which our budget is limited. Cameroon and Yaoundé specifically, diarrhea disease represent the most common waterborne infection affecting children under the age of 5. In Yaoundé, for instance, studies have shown a rising trend in diarrhea prevalence from macro in 2004. This study aims to evaluate the environmental and water sanitation conditions of the Dagobert community Yaoundé using the EKCOLAB Analytics platform for improved community health planning. I'll go to the next slide. For our methodology, our study site was the Dagobert community in Yaoundé in the central region of Cameroon. Our study design and duration involved the community-based analytics schedule in the month of October. Our data collection tools was our EKCOLAB Analytics mobile platform, and for the procedure, a trained analyst, of which I went to the community and did a total of 19 analysis. We do water scarcity and availability analysis, 6 household storage container analysis, 6 hygiene and sanitation household analysis, 1 public community analysis, 1 community health analysis, 1 household pipe water, and 1 hygiene and sanitation public places analysis. Thank you. For our results and discussion, the figure below demonstrates the dashboard from the EKCOLAB Analytics platform, and we can see a total overall community risk of 46.2%, and which from the status of an enforced mitigation. From the graph on the top left, on the bottom left, you can see that for the household pipe water, a relatively low risk score was seen, suggesting the pipe water quality was generally acceptable, though vigilance is still required. Moving to the water scarcity and availability, we demonstrated a high score with a total of 65%, signaling significant challenges around access to adequate and reliable water sources. This is consistent with regional finding in Yaoundé Septième district with similar household settings like that of the Dagobert community by Preacher et al. In 2008, which demonstrated the same or almost the same water scarcity percentage and a high use of unsafe alternative by the community. Our public evaluation of our public community analysis showed that although the moderate risk level was obtained from the analysis, stressors, especially dumping residences and poor waste management, may contribute to higher contamination risk. This result is also similar to that done by Info AR in Boya, with similar household settings like that of the Dagobert community. The result of our hygiene and sanitation of public places revealed a higher risk with a landfill site with a lot of waste observed, and houses around the dump is with high risk of having diseases such as malaria due to the mosquito breeding place. For our household storage container, the inspection revealed that several household was covered on clean containers, increasing the risk of contamination. Consistent with the study in Chad, similar household settings like that of the Dagobert community by honoring in 2025. Recorded community water consumption of 37 liters per household per month per person is significantly below WHO recommendation of a minimum of 50 to 100 liters per person per household per month. And this study is also seen, this result of 37 liters is also similar to the study done in the West region by Nickel et al., which also demonstrated a total household consumption of 37 liters per person per month in that community, and consistent with the results obtained here. I will go to the next slide. So to conclude, the assessment revealed that sanitation within household and public areas in Dagodo is fairly adequate, though environmental pollution and poor waste disposal persists. Water scarcity remains a major concern. The overall community risk index indicates a moderate level of vulnerability, emphasizing the need for improved water supply, safe storage practices, and stronger environmental management measures. Like this. And for the recommendations, I recommend that the local council should collaborate with water authorities to expand and maintain pipe water networks, ensuring regular access to clean water and reducing dependence on unsafe alternative sources. Community sensitization programs should encourage proper waste disposal, regular hand washing, and household sanitation improvement to prevent disease transmission, and continuous use of this EKCOLAB analytic tool for periodic risk assessment, while schools and community groups should integrate wash education to sustain behavioral changes. Thank you very much, and I'm open for all questions.
Yeah, thank you very much, Madam Jinsa. That wasting time. Madam Solapi, kindly, 1 or 2 questions maximum.
Okay.
One question,
Hello,
please.
Chista. It will be one question. No, because of time. How are you? Yes. So, lovely presentation. Yes. The only thing I'm not I have a query for you is where you say that in your conclusion that the assessment revealed that sanitation within households and public areas in Dagobert is fairly adequate. I think it is quite inadequate, because you also said that environmental pollution and poor waste disposal persists. So I don't think it is adequate. It is not adequate. It is not adequate. It's not fairly adequate. It is not remotely adequate, because they are still having issues with environmental pollution and poor, waste disposal. Are you with me, Kendra?
Yes.
Because all of this speaks to the quality of their life. It means the quality of life is quite low if you are still having environmental pollution and poor waste disposal, issues. Hello, Kendra, are you there?
Yes, Madam, I'm getting.
Okay, you understand what I just said?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I have to say. Yes.
Thank you.
Please continue. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Doctor, kindly ask your 1 question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I agree with you, Adeyemi. This is not adequate, because I saw the water scarcity is so higher. The water scarcity is so higher. This is true. This is self-reported or based on water source measurement. Or maybe this is a seasonal variation, something like that, because 65% water scarcity is 65%. And they describe of 37 liters water consumption. 37 liters is per person, per household, per community. If you said this community water consumption, so this is for community, right?
Yes.
And one, yes, see, this is very, very high. And you said it's adequate. Yeah, and you said this is adequate. I don't think it's adequate, because this is if the 137 liters is correct, this is acute water crisis in your community. But this is not adequate.
Yes, especially during the dry season. The water scarcity, especially in this community, is really a cause for concern. Community have to move from their quarter to the next quarter to take water for basic uses. I think it was fairly adequate, because from the by total observation, although their water input was low, they are really trying to fill the gap by they have put up some um, mitigation, if I can say it that way, by um, the chief or the chief leader of the community. They are paying people to like bring more water to the community to try to meet up to their standards. And during when rainfall, they store the water. So I thought it was fairly adequate with respect to the way they are managing this um, crisis.
And then you can say the detail of water sources, maybe the pipe and the distance. Yes. Maybe you should input that detail of water source. And then how much total household and how much is usage? Total household on your community, on your sample, how much total household?
I didn't get your question, please, madam.
Yeah, I would like to add. I mean, like how big were the community? Like there was how much houses? Like how number of houses? Like were there? Like 50 houses, 20, 30?
Yeah.
Well, the community is made of approximately um, 25 households, but the area in which I work in, I can count a total of 30 households.
Okay, and this is the dry season.
Yes, that's what the dry season.
Okay.
But for the rainy season, from what I inquired, it's much more better. They were able to adapt to various saving that strategy that I found it.
Yes, it is very acute water crisis. Okay, thank you, Sita.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Mr. Atman, kindly, your one question.
I was having the same question which Madam Neelam already asked, like about the community. Here she mentioned on the current slide, like community water consumption 37 per liter, which, if I am not mistaken, this should be per person, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Per person.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so it was supposed to, right? Because community, I mean, if you say community, so I mean we refer like to the full community, like 37 or 35 household. So
that was per person.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Can I come in?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, what I've seen all the participants doing today is that I think most of them have a lack in understanding what it's written even in the board. Now, the board on the chart on the dashboard here is clear community water consumption. It's not per person, it's an accumulated sum of all your values you collected from each household. For example, if you go to each household, it's like if you're going to say in a household, the people are like five, and you say, um, like, what's the quantity of water you consume in this house? And they tell you that we consume, like, for example, drinking water, it's like going to be maybe 5 liters. Automatically, you can't ask each of the persons because you might not meet everyone at home. And then you're going to be asking another question to be like, okay, how can you do? You can't wait there while you're doing your analysis. And certain details in field data collection, it's actually sometimes impossible. Yeah, when it comes to community studies. So at the end of the day, you're going to have what 5 liters, and the community, or rather, sorry, the household is 5 people living there, and then you're going to just have to divide the 5 liters by the 5%, which means averagely you can say that at least in that household, we have 5 liters of consumption. That is averagely per day. Now, if you have to go per month, you have to understand that this is a gross sum of the calculation. And that part is being given in the form where you have to talk about the average liter, that is consumption per month. And you have to ask them, what is their consumption per day? And then you have to make sure that you input that value, you calculate it per month. And then that's what you're going to put in. Now, in your analysis you had just 6 households that was given for you guys to do a scatter random sampling, which means that you have to work in these 6 different locations, not in one aggregated line, but you have to do a sparse sampling. And then you have to ask each household this particular question. There you'll find out that your water consumption will be at least above, even if we say like a community has a very serious issue, but it should be really, really fair enough to be over 100 or 500 liters per month in the community. That is what we are supposed to be seeing. But I think, of course, this is something which the participants have. I think one person who is not presenting today have something, I think, above 1,200 liters for community water consumption per month. And that was just to say the community we're talking about is not a whole community of 50 households. No, it's just a little sample of what they carried out, like Madam Chinsa or Kendra was showing here. It's like 19 analysis, but that 19 analysis is not necessarily 19 homes. No, it's actually 6 homes which have been demarcated into quarters. So in that quarter, she picked 6 homes to do the investigation. The community is way, way more bigger than what she's having or what the participants are having. Because for the time's sake, the EKCOLAB Analytics platform can't actually give them the leverage to do many analysis or visit many homes at the same time. But based on their little study area, they can bring out insights from it which can help them to do more. It's just like we can say that if you give you a little task to handle and you can do it properly, then you can do a bigger one. So this was just like the exercise of the research to make sure that they can start with the little sample area, can describe what they are finding, and then they can be able to report properly on that research and understand that, okay, if you have to do more, this is what we need to do. Yeah, so that's just what I'm just going to clear out so that I think maybe the panelists also might not be confused of why we have 37 in the whole community and so on. Yeah, just to clear the point. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you for that clarification, because yeah, surely it was almost, I could say, not matching or rhyming, and it was becoming a concern. So without wasting any much time, I guess all the panelists have asked their questions. Then there is only one question here in the chat, that if uncovered storage, unsafe dumping, and landfill risks are present, on what basis is sanitation classified as fairly adequate? This was to Madam Chinsa. Hope so. Yeah. If uncovered storage, unsafe dumping, and landfill risks are present, on what basis is sanitation classified as fairly adequate? Yeah.
Thank you for the question, sir. I think I have to take the correction of removing that fairly adequate, because from my own side, I did not take into consideration the high risk of the landfills and the uncovered storage to conclude on that aspect. So I have to take the correction and remove the fairly adequate.
Yeah, good. Mr. Nicholas, please just call up Mr. Fred. Let's move on. I think he should be the last person.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, so thank you, Madam Chesa. Very kindly, you can share your screen and scroll in very fast, because we are already a little late. Yeah. Very kindly share your screen.
Thank you very much. I would request, because I could not get my computer at hand right now, if my slides can be shared to me. I would appreciate that so much.
All right, Mr. Hassan, kindly help share the screen.
Yeah, just give me a second.
Okay, thanks.
You see the screen? This is spread, right?
Yes, I can see the screen. Well, thank you very much, the panelists and everyone here. I'm by the name Kidega Fridopio. So the project I did was a wash analysis in a community called Anaka Town, which is located in Uganda. The date is showing the 5th, but I think this is a operation which I couldn't make. You can go to the next slide, please. Well, water is one of the crucial aspects of life, and it is one which we cannot leave out when we talk about life. And water seems to be very abundant worldwide, as it is measured at 326 million cubic miles on Earth, of which only 3% is fresh water, which we can use. And of the fresh water, 2.5% is located up in glaciers and polar ice caps and atmosphere. So only 0.5% is available for use as fresh water, which in a perspective shows that if we have a drum of full water, it's just like less than a cup of water is available for us to easily use. Next slide. And this makes water really so scarce for use. In this project, the methodology used was first of all locating the area, which is a Naga town community, and a map was created from the Google map, and this map covered the community of about 2.61 kilometers square. So this project was done using EKCOLAB Analytics tool, which is a real-time data collection tool. So the method which were followed included going to the point where the data was supposed to be collected and a GPS location of the point was picked. Then, after the project was created, analyses were created, and then the collection of the data went on, from where questions which were automatically generated from the EKCOLAB Analytics tool were answered based on the situation on the ground at a particular point of analysis, at which we did 19 analyses. I did 19 analyses, which included water scarcity analysis, hygiene and sanitation in the household, hygiene and sanitation in the public places, household storage container, environmental pollution and contaminant, and community health. Yeah, next slide. So this analysis, after it was done, at least it was able to automatically generate the results, from which a curve was created which showed average risk for the house for the analysis of the hygiene and sanitation for public places was 0. A household storage container was 9. So these are values which in percentage. A water scarcity analysis was 7.5, and then hygiene and sanitation in household was 8.5%. Now, out of the result, what was obtained was that the community water consumption was 1,515 liters per month. Water scarcity was 6%, and then the risk analysis, the risk index of the community was 7.8% based on the result generated, and then the overall community risk was 8.3%. Next slide, please. So from this result, a conclusion was made that the community of Anava is less prone to water shortage based on the analysis obtained from the water scarcity analysis. And then also, based on the risk analysis of the community, the risk index showed a low result, which implies the community has low environmental risk and has low problems which are associated to water issues. Next slide, please. So, in conclusion, based on the analysis of a Naga town community, it is proven out of the result given by the EKCOLAB analytic tool that the community have low water and environment risk, which implies that the community is safe. It is therefore recommended that other analyses also be conducted, such as analysis of the protected springs, streams and rivers, and other open water sources, since based on observation on ground, these are also water sources which are available in large numbers within the area of our community. I talk about the area which is covering the 2.61 kilometers square. And also, besides answering the questionnaires, also some actual physical testing using the reagents and the testing of the physical characteristics of the water and the biological contaminants also should be done for us to really confirm that the water within our community is really safe. Thank you. This is the end of my presentation.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Fred, for being brief. Yeah, Dr. Nilam, kindly.
Yes, thank you. Hi, Fred. Hello.
Hello, Doctor.
Hello, Fred. Yeah. I want to know your understanding and knowledge of HNSP, hygiene and sanitation practice. The number is 0.0, right? Your result?
Yes, it was 0.0.
What's your perception about that? Is very good or bad?
Sorry, do you mind repeating the question again?
Yes. The result of HNSP, hygiene and sanitation practice, the result is 0.0, right? Yes.
Yes.
And then, what do you think about this number? Good or bad?
Okay, this number of this is hygiene and sanitation in public places. I think 0 means it's good.
Okay. It is 0 means good. So, and your result about HISP, health and sanitation conditions, 9.0. And the status, it is very high. It means the condition sanitation of environment is very bad. And then your result of EWSI, water source accessibility, 7.5, is enough high. So, HNH is hygiene and sanitation habit, 8.5 is high. The three parameters, HSC, VSA, and HNSC is high. And then your result about HNSC, 0. It's contradiction. Or maybe, it's my perception, maybe this is wrong code. 0 it means bad, not good. If the status of 0 is bad, so this is relation with the three parameters others, like HSC, VSA, and HNSA. Correlation. But when your HNSC is, you say it's good, so there is no correlation between the parameter of HNSP with the three parameters others. So there is not connection between parameters. So the data cannot stick because you say 0.0 is good. But if you said 0.0 is bad, so the fourth data is connection. So I asked you, yes.
Well, thank you very much for the observation. But actually, this average risk analysis, I represented them in percentage, though not indicated them. I think these values are all not out of 10, but in terms of percentage, which to me it implies they are good data.
Sorry, I have a question, Mr. Fred. How did you come
Yes.
about with this your percentage? Because as far as we are concerned with the application, we don't have specific percentages aligned or maybe assigned to these parameters. You can only see that which you have from the board. So how did you come out with this?
Uh, okay, from the map of average risk score.
Yeah, this your round points that you have there, and you have 8.59. Because as far as I'm concerned, all what we can extract from our analytic tool, it's what you have down: water consumption, water scarcity, RI, and then overall community. But as far as that we are concerned, the one up, I don't know how you got it. So how did you calculate to get it? That's, I think, the question Dr. Milan is asking. I think in details, maybe.
Thank you. I think there I have to admit maybe I have made some errors interpreting one of the graphs in the dashboard.
Okay, I got. Okay, so these things are from the dashboard, where we have the line chart, right, of
Yeah.
the different ones. Yeah, but your HMSP can be zero, so maybe there's some kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know. I think what Dr. Nilam, can, if you have another question, or maybe we can go to another person, another panel.
Yeah, I don't know, because I think maybe there is something like uh, reversal code, different code. Maybe the 0.0 is upset. If this is the status is 0.0 effect, so related to this, all of the parameters, include water consumption, water scarcity, RI community, overall community risk, include all of them. But if there is state is very low is good, so this is not significant. This is the gap of the result. So the hygiene practice are mostly good, but they can be partially uneven. So not related with all parameters. I don't know. Maybe different case. I don't know.
Thank you, madam. I think in this result of the average risk analysis, I think I didn't interpret the dashboard so well. But these are the results of water consumption, the water scarcity, and the risk index, and the overall community risk. These are the results which were there. I just picked the exact values which were there. Only that I was trying to extract some data from a graph. So like I said, I have to admit, maybe I just misinterpreted it.
Okay, so the three parameters that I said to you, HAC, USA, and NEC, is on what to?
Sorry?
Yeah, you calculate the data of HAC, USA, and NEC too from what of EKCOLAB application too?
Yeah, I was trying to extract that from the graph, which is in the dashboard in the EKCOLAB Analytics tool.
Yeah. Okay, but something is.
I think that came up with some errors.
Maybe this is like wrong what is the first. So maybe the value of 0 does not mean good, but on the contrary, it's a bad. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point. Like the three parameters not matching, so it maybe we needs to check the code. Like means he needs to check the data again one time. It might be some mistakes is there.
Yeah, I think it can help. Because it's contrary with other parameters, with the 3 parameters.
Yeah, of course. If if the other 3 parameters is high, so then that one must be high. Which makes sense. Yeah, sure.
Maybe wrong with the data. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, thank you, Doctor. Madam Adeyemi, one question.
Okay. Fred Opio, you said that. Fred Opio, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So you said that according to you, Anapa is less prone to water shortage. Are there any emerging risks, e.g. population growth, climate change, pollution, that could change this narrative in the future?
Yeah, I see that was due to, okay, it's a place I've been in for quite a long time, and based on observation I've been seeing, as the population grows, as the development increases in the area, there are some water points which are just disappearing. We used to have quite a lot of springs around, but most of them are disappearing. And also, the water points which are available for use from observation, most of them are springs. And with the development coming, I see they're going to have a lot of threats of pollution, actually of contamination in the future, based on the way the materials for protecting it is deteriorating. I really see in the future there might be some threat of it. And also, during dry season, of course, we did not do stream and river analysis, but from observation, quite a number of them dries off. And that is obviously a threat to the water resources and to the community. And also during heavy rains, I also see a problem there, because some open springs are there which are not unprotected springs, and they are always affected by rain, since they are located always downstream, and as water flows in large volume, it always contaminates such points, much as people do not use it so frequently for drinking, but I see also it can be a problem.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you, Madam Adeyemi. I want to also clarify maybe to our panelists and those listening to us that, by the way, what the students are presenting, this is the minimum of the analysis that will be able to show you some results within the platform. We could say it is for educational purposes for this case, but when you want to really do the real projects for the community, then there are a number of analyses that you need to do to make you come up with something genuine, something we can trust, something we can rely on. For this case, we used this to enable the students see the results and believe that the platform can be able to direct the community. Yeah. So, without adding words, Mr. Hassan, you have one question? Mr. Opio. Okay.
Yeah, thank you for your nice presentation, Mr. Opio. Just a general question regarding the community. There was any diseases risk assessment, like any health related issues did you found? And you also mentioned in your recommendation the biological testing, like biochemical testing of the water is necessary. So does the water that were available there was not suitable for drinking or not?
Well, that recommendation came out of the observation I was able to make recently, and for quite a long time. I've not yet heard of outbreak of diseases, of waterborne diseases, but as I was answering about the question given about the threats which the community face, most of these springs most of them are open, unprotected springs. They are just open to the environment. And trusting such water points when it is rainy is not something so easy. And those are the points which we were not able to conduct our analysis on, based on the restriction on the application, which allowed us to do only 19 restricted analysis. That's why that came under my recommendation. So much as there has not been outbreak of the diseases, I feel it is necessary because children also goes to those water points to fetch water, and they can mix that water with the drinking water, which becomes a threat. That's why that came in my recommendation. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Okay, no worries. It was really nice presentation. So maybe just check one time your this graphical data, and just confirm it. This result that you made in a very graphical format. So it might be there is some code issue. So try to check your graph again one time.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll make sure I do that.
Yeah, okay, sure. No, thank you.
Yeah. So before I call Mr. Ekoli to wrap up, maybe Mr. Luke, he has been also in the call. You have a question for Mr. Pio? Maybe one. Then Mr. Ekoli can wrap up everything. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for the nice presentation. Actually, I've been following all the presentations at the background, and it has appeared to me that at least we've shown our highest level of commitment. Actually, this evening I'm not saying much, or I'm not commenting much, but all I can say, thank you so much for putting in the effort, and for whatever has been commented on our respective work or projects. Let's take it a moment, or maybe let's make sure that we follow that, so that we can perfect our work. Otherwise, I hand over the mic to the convener for Mr. Corey to wrap up. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't know. Thank you very much, panel, for your patience. It's quite been long. I didn't expect we to be up to this time. And I want to thank the participants as well for coming and for being resilient and good work presentations. And this is just the beginning, because we have a lot of things coming up. And maybe, of course, the panelists might have something to say to all participants and to encourage them on some few things. Maybe I'll just leave the floor if any panelists have something to say in general, overall, about the defense. Then the floor is open.
I think Dr. Neela, if she put forward, it will be good to hear from her.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so very happy to see the youngest here in Africa to do the research for water and sanitation is very good, because as I know Africa has impact for climate change like rain and flood, something like that. So the young people in here doing research and support by EKCOLAB Analytics. So I'm very happy and very support for this activity. And thank you. You have made to be here, and I'm very happy for here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Salata, anything for the
Okay. Last words. Okay. You've all tried. Of course, there's room for improvement, but you've all done well. Well done.
Samia Sam? Final words?
Yeah, first of all, thank you to all of you, the panel, as well as the student. All of them tried their best. This is a very good initiative that you utilized or have, and the data that we have seen here is quite impressive. And hopefully, we will learn more about this. This kind of data helps the community in future, and we will try to engage you more and more in the future. So, thank you to all of you again. And really, it was a wonderful result I have seen so far. So we will give you a quite nice remarks after that. Yeah, just wait for us. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
And goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.